Hello guys, welcome to Python Django series. In the last video, I discussed about the Django form and the create operation. In this video, I talk about the read, update and delete operation. Let's start. Inside the model.py file, we have two model classes. One is department, another is student info. First I choose student info, go to the views.py files and define a function show student info request and write a query students equals to put the model class name dot objects dot all. We want to grab all of the information from student info table. Define a context dictionary, pass the student as a key and a pair and a value, keys pair value. Return render request right mention HTML file show student dot HTML, pass the context here, create the HTML file, define header tag, close it, show student info. Declare a for loop for item in, and we need the key of the dictionary and put it here. Just close the for loop in for engine. Let's print the item information. We have several fields in the student info class. Student name, let's copy it and paste it here for a couple of times. Then we have ID no, department, age and CGPA, age and CGPA. Okay. Go to the url.py, create a URL path, define a path, show student, and then define the function show student info, and we should also import it here. Give a name of the path, show student, Okay, and one more thing, we did a mistake here. We should no, it's okay, it's not a mistake, but we should import it here from model.py file. Let's run the project. It is running. Go to the browser, and here we can see the data of the student info table. Let's reshape a little the data of student info table. I use break. You can use a table here, HTML table, or you can show the data in a different way, but right now just use break, just break the line. Okay, we have two objects, that means two students, one is Alice, another is James, and we have the information about the ID number of Alice is 1001 and department is computing science, and age is 24 and CGPA is 33.80. Just put it break and let's check it. Okay, we have two objects, one is Alice and another is Jen. Let's create another function, update student info request write a query object, and we need to import a library function which is called get object or 404, and it comes from Django.shortcuts library. Let's write here object underscore get or 404. Let's put the form name. In the last video we created a form for student info model class, and our form name is student info form. We will use it later, but first we should define here the database class, model class. Then we should mention ID equals to ID. One ID will come from URL path, and another one comes from here. Should mention here ID like a parameter. Okay, let's put a condition if request dot method equals to post. If the requested method is post, then we will create a form student info form, and we'll pass the student info. We will write a request dot post because we want to show the information of a specific student, and instance should pass the instance which is object, this one, to find out a specific student. Then I will write another condition: if form is valid, then I will save the form dot save and return a HTTP request successfully updated. Okay. Else I just pass the form, the previous form with the information of a student. Just pass the instance which is object, student info form. Define a dictionary, put a key which is form, the value is send, and return render request create a HTML file, student update student.html, and let's pass the dictionary. Create the HTML file, define a header, HTML header tag, update student info, declare a HTML form tag, and the method should be post because we will send a post request for the update operation. That's why we need to mention the CSRF token here, otherwise the value will not be updated. CSRF token and then I will declare a table row, table data, copy and paste it here for a couple of times. Then use ginger pattern fonts, that means the key of the dictionary dot student name dot label. First we print the label of the form, name form field, then we print the field, input field. Just then ID no, then age, then CGPA. Oh, we have another one, department. And it should be next to the ID number. Just define another row, table row. Paste it here, and department, and let's go inside the URL files, create a path, give a path, update student, and then you should pass here the primary key, int ID, that means the ID is the primary key of student info class. Then just put the function and give a name, update student info, put the comma at the end, and we should import the student info function, but I will remove all of this imported function and just use it static. That means we can access all the function from views.py by using this static. Okay, let's run the project and go to the browser and give a ID. No, we don't have any ID, maybe that's why it doesn't work. Yeah, we have one student, which is Alice, who is Alice. ID now this one, department computing science, then age and CGPA. We changed the CGPA, this one. Okay, let's place a input tag after the table. Input, type submit, and the value should be update. Let's check the browser, and we can see the nice update button here, and let's change it and update it. Okay, nice. Let's go to the admin panel, or we don't need to go to the admin panel, just call another URL, show student, and we can see here the change, right? Nice. Now I will write another function, which is delete student info request, and we should pass another parameter id, which is primary key. Then write a query object database table name student info, we should call the object get object or 404, then database name, and id equals to id, one id from here, another one from the URL path. Let's check a condition. If request dot method equals to host, then object dot delete. Okay, if the requested method is post, then we'll delete the object. That means we will delete the information of a specific student, right? Next, we'll show a return request http response deleted successfully or successfully deleted. Return render request, mention a HTML file student, we need to create it, delete student dot HTML, pass a context, and we will mention here the dictionary context equal to pass the object key and value. Okay, let's create the HTML file. Put a HTML header tag, delete student. Define a HTML form tag. Method should be post, and we should put the CSRF token, otherwise the object will not be deleted. CSRF token, and then show a message as a paragraph. Are you sure to delete? Put a bold tag. Let's print the student name. This one, key of the dictionary dot name of the student. That's it. Okay, let's design a button, delete button. Input type submit, value delete, another one is a hyperlink tag, a href, just keep it blank. Cancel. Let's go to the url.py and copy the last part and change it to delete student. Change the required stuffs. Mention the function name. Let's go to the browser. We have two students, one is Alice, another one is Jenny. Let's check it. True. Okay, we did a simple mistake. Go to the views.py and fix it here. Let's check it again. Yeah, and in the index number 2, we have one student who is Alice, and we want to delete Alice, and the delete operation performed successfully. Let's check the student list, and we have only one student, Jamie. I give the GitHub URL in the description sections. I hope you enjoying the video, and we will see in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.